I used to hang out with Pastrana all the time. I still very, very rarely get to hang out with him. Obviously, he's a dad, and he's doing his own thing right now. But back then, dude, so I was 14. He would have been, I think he's 5 years older than me. He would come and stay at my house. Like, he would stay at my house. He would take my dad's truck. We would go get McFlurries from McDonald's, and he would go do donuts in a parking lot and then drive me back home and stay the night. And it was like, he was like my friend. And I knew through Malcolm, and I knew that they had Steve Astephen. I just knew this Steve Astephen guy. And I did have management at the time, and I just didn't feel like it was working.
Yeah.
And that happens. It is what it is. No hard feelings. But fast forward to the Home Depot Center. We're driving up to park. Steve's walking probably to give somebody passes. And I told my mom, I'm like, that is Steve Astephen. I really want him to represent me. Can you go talk to him? And this was like the first moment.
This is why mom's really a boss.
Yeah, this is why this was the first moment where I felt really nervous to do something on my own. And she's like, if you want him to represent you, you go ask him. And so I jumped out of the car, super nervous, like, Mr. Astephen, I'm Ryan. He's like, I know who you are. I was like, okay, will you represent me? And he said, sure. And then, it was like, if you promise me 10 years of hard work, I'll change your life.
That is awesome.
And I was 14 years old, and by the time I was 24, he had changed my life. Granted.
That just gave me chills.
Yeah.
Well, granted, dude, in the middle of that 10 years, my parents, it's very public knowledge, they split up. And it rocked me. And that's kind of where the introduction to, my alcohol and partying and the world had opened for me. The MTV show and just, getting invited to everything. And Steve was and is still very important. Steve is the only dude in my life in a business sense that made the tough calls to me and cried to me and told me he was worried about me. That's the reason today that I'm sober. There's a few other people for sure, but knowing the bond and knowing what me and Steve have been through in the last 21 years that we've been working together, through ups and downs on both sides of our lives, it's deeper than an agent, relationship. It's family 100%.